Hello everyone, this is Victoria from Create Cocktails, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Koh Tao, which is a lovely gin cocktail. If you're making the non-alcoholic version, just follow the exact same steps but substitute your gin. So I'm going to run you through everything that will be in your box, but it will also be on the card that you have received. And then I will also run you through all the equipment that you will need for this cocktail. So, in your box you will have your Beefeater gin, your Fever Tree white grape and apricot soda, your lychee juice, and your homemade kaffir lime and lemongrass syrup. Then in terms of equipment, you are going to need a nice tall glass for your drink. This is a really long, very lovely, refreshing drink. I have got a shaker, but if you don't have a shaker at home, no worries, plenty of alternatives you can use. I've seen it range from protein shakers to Tupperwares. Just make sure it's something that you can shake and can close firmly. I have also got a jigger. If you don't have a jigger at home, you can always use an egg cup or a spoon or a measuring cup. Plenty of alternatives. Then I've also got some scissors for my lychee juice, but I have pre-poured that already. I have a lovely spoon. If you don't have a bar spoon like my one, you can just use a regular spoon. It's not critical to the cocktail making process. I have a knife for my limes, a bar blade, and then a strainer for my cocktail. Again, if you don't have a strainer, no worries at all. You could always use a tea strainer or a sieve or something just so you trap your eyes, so whatever works best for you. As well, you will have received some dehydrated limes and some dehydrated rosebuds, and these are for your garnish, so we will use them at the end. Make sure before we start that you have plenty of ice, as we will need some for the shaking and we will need some for our drink. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. Step number 1 is take your gin. I'm using Beefeater gin, which is also known for being the world's most awarded gin. And actually quite a nice little fun fact about the bottle, if you have a look at it like that, is that it's shaped like a London brick. So this is because this gin has always been made in London and the distillery is still in Kennington, which you can go and visit. So I'm going to be adding 50 milliliters of this, which if you're using a jigger is the long side. Next step is I'm going to add my lychee juice, and I'm going to add 40 milliliters of it. The next step we're going to do is cut half of our lime and juice it straight into our shaker. So I'm just going to put it straight into my shaker. And then you need 12.5 milliliters of the homemade kaffir lime and lemongrass syrup. So that's everything that you need to put into your shaker. So the next thing we're going to add is our ice. When you're adding your ice, it's very important that you don't fill it to the very top. The reason for this is when you're shaking, you want the ice to hit the entirety of the shaker. But never forget that ice is nice. So the more ice, the better your drink will taste. So I've got something that looks a bit like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pour everything into my big shaker and then give it a good smack at the back so it seals together. Perfect, so what we're going to do now is we're going to shake it for about 10 seconds or until it's too cold to hold it. The trick here is to give it a very, very good shake so the ice starts to break down and you get the perfect dilution for your drink. So make sure the small part is facing you and let's go. There we go. Now if you find the part where it opens the most, give it a good smack, and it will come straight out. We won't let it sit for too long. You need to fill your glass with ice. Take your strainer and pour out your drink. Final steps. Take your white grape and apricot soda, and when we pour it, make sure to not hit the ice because you don't want to lose any carbonation. So it's just a quick splash. And then what I like to do is I like to take my spoon and just give it a small whirl because you don't want to lose any of that ice and you don't want to lose any of those bubbles. And then take your dehydrated lime, and I like to put mine on the edge like that, so then I can add some of my rose petals on the side, just like that. So cheers everyone. So good. So thank you so much for watching. We'd love to see your creations and what you're getting up to. So please, if you share it on social media, tag us at Create Cocktails and let us see your best cocktails. Thank you.